Okay, guys, we are back. Hopefully you were, I don't know, highly impressed, somewhat impressed, somewhat intrigued. I don't know. I can't speak for you. I just know that when I first saw that demo, it blew my mind. So here on camera, which you may not recognize, mostly because he's never been on camera before. His name is Victor. Victor, care to say hello?
Hi, how you doing?
So to set up a little context, we brought Victor on camera with us because Victor actually has real world, Tom, why don't you hold that for us? Victor has real world experience, and what I mean by that is that Victor actually owned a body shop. What was the name of your body shop?
Apex Automotive in Garden Grove.
Apex Automotive, Garden Grove, in case you're familiar with the Orange County area. How many years ago did you actually own that?
It was about 10 years ago.
10 years ago, and how long were you in business for?
About 8 years.
8 years, okay. And you've actually classified yourself as a painter versus, there's different classifications in the auto body world.
Correct.
So you could be a polisher, you could be a painter, but with that said is, how often have you polished cars?
I polish cars maybe every couple months as it's needed for friends or family.
Well, I meant back in your body, meaning what I'm trying to illustrate is that even though you're a painter, you didn't just paint cars. You actually know polishing.
Oh, no, yes, correct. We actually did the polishing, but we did it, ground up restoration. So we did the body work, the paint work, the finish, and the detail as well.
Okay, so you did it all.
Correct.
So what level, because I already quizzed you on this to find out what level, like you weren't the, I don't know what they call it in the auto body world, the grunt work, like the, the real cheap work. You were the more high-end type of restoration jobs?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So with that said is, you found out about Ceram-X, CSI, from Sam DeBuffer.
Correct.
And there's another guy.
Backyard Specialties out in Santa Ana.
Okay, Backyard Specialties, and he goes by an acronym, which is BY.
Oh, it's just the name we know him under, Brain.
You call him Brain.
Yeah.
But on social media, I think it's
BYS 714.
BYS.
Yeah.
BYS 714, and that's how you found out about CSI.
Correct.
Which you wanted to investigate because we make a compelling argument, which is a single product polish that we guarantee that you can go from the removal of sanding marks down to a swirl-free finish with a single product.
Correct, which was unheard of, to be honest with you, in my times. So.
Right, and in my times growing, because I've been in this industry 30 plus years now, and back in the day, it was 3M, then it became Meguiar's. At one point I was dabbling with Autoglim. I've tried, and then it became Manzurna, Scholl's. There's just endless.
Correct.
But one of the themes about those products is that they have this big, long, extensive lineup of multiple compounds and polishes. So here's a hypothetical for you. Let's go in the Wayback Machine when you own your body shop business. And now I present you, let's pretend for a moment, audience, that we have two cabinets. And I open up cabinet number one, and it's got 100 different compounds, polishes, and glazes from, let's say, 10 different companies. We've got 3M, we've got Manzurna, we got Scholl's, we got Mother's, we got Meguiar's. Care to add anyone else? Frekla.
Frekla.
Would you say Presta?
Presta.
Okay, so we've got endless companies, but 100 different compounds, polishes, and glazes. And for most detailers, they'd be like, wow, that's my wet dream. Look at my options.
Correct.
And then I open up cabinet number two, and lo and behold, we have one polish. And you're like, okay, because there's guys out there be like, wow, that's a buzzkill. One polish, that's my only option? Yes, that's your only option, kind of. And what I mean by that is that could be your only option, because now you can go from this endless choice of products, or you can go to a single product polish that will answer all the demands of a body shop, an auto detailer, an enthusiast, a hobbyist, call it whatever you want to label yourself, in a single polish product. So why would that be compelling to you? If you had plan A or plan B as a body shop owner, what would be your choice? Would it be 100 different products, or would it be what I call my sure theme? What would be your choice?
Well, for my, experience in the past, I mean, we all know that there's a lot of products you can use, but they all basically do the same thing. My last few days' experience seeing the Ceram-X has shown me that I can do everything with this one product that I would spend most of my evening trying to decide on the right product in the past.
So never mind trying to decide, okay, gee, do I start out with the Mazerna's FG400? Do I start out with the Scholl's True One-Step Compound? Do I start out with McGuire's 101? Do I do it the 3M rubbing compound? Okay, there's that.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, then you reach for it. It's like, okay, now which pad do I match it up with? It's like, okay, now let's see, which pad do I pick? Okay, now you assemble that and you start polishing. You think, okay, now I've got some swirl marks. Okay, well that's okay because I've got 100 different products to choose from.
Correct.
And then you go through, you rinse and repeat. And it's like, okay, guys, I hope you're picking up what I'm trying to put down, which is like time. Time really is money. So now, one of the things that you illustrated was this. It's like, okay, what I find interesting is that why does this company have a swirl mark remover?
Yeah.
Does that not strongly suggest, like, okay, if their compound really is that good, why do they need a swirl mark remover? Is it because their compound actually sucks? Or is it they're just trying to separate me from more of my money?
Correct.
Like, honestly, which is it?
Probably a sales point.
It could be both.
Yeah.
Like maybe their compound really does suck, or maybe it's just limited. So it will do the heavy lifting and it will take out the sandy marks, but it's going to leave swirl marks in the process, which is why they now need maybe a second compound that's less aggressive, or then they need a aggressive polish, and then which then segues into a finer polish, which then segues into a glaze, which then segues into a wax. It's like, oh my gosh, brain overload. Money, 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 time, time, time.
It's like those commercials on the prescription drugs where they fix one thing but they give you 10 other problems.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
The bad ripple effect.
Correct.
Okay, so you have a mic on. This is, by the way, in case you haven't clued in, guys, my wireless mic only has 2 mics, but we've got 3 individuals on the camera. Is there anything you want to add to that, Tom? Like, because you owned a body shop, Tom's Auto Body, and you know firsthand, because we've talked about it, it's very different to be a business owner versus an employee. We think very differently. So I try to address the professional auto detailer as well as the enthusiast and car owner. So at a level, you could say that they're like the business owner of their own world if they're just a car owner. But as a professional detailer, then yes, they are actually a business owner. Well, you guys are were actual business owners as an auto body world. So unless you've lived that world, even though it's such a cliched statement like, oh, time is money, I get it, time is money, but until you've lived it and you've got to answer to someone where you realize, wow, time is seriously money. It really is true. Yeah. So is there...
No, I'm just grateful that Victor came up here, and it's cool to, the similarities of frustrations and, talking about the multiple products and the cabinet full of products. We all had that. Yeah. We all had a cabinet full of products that some salesman came in and said was the golden answer. Yeah. And we tried it, and, maybe sometimes it worked, but then we found that it didn't work. And it's like, why doesn't this work anymore?
Until it doesn't.
Yeah. And, the paint hardnesses change, types of paints, back in the, long time ago when we were dealing with lacquers and enamels and synthetics, and, you had so many different variables, and everybody had a different product. But I can tell you, and I've used it, this is an acrylic lacquer paint job here. This
Tom
product
just pointed to a Corvette that you actually can't see in this footage.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
right. Yeah, it's right here.
A very expensive. What year is that Corvette?
'69 Corvette.
69 Corvette, very expensive, very rare.
Yeah, very, very rare. Actually, the rarest '69 Corvette and I can't wait till we can really show some videos on this car. It's so unique. And you might think, well, what's rare about a '69 Corvette? Well, when you listen to the history of what makes this car rare, it makes it entertaining to learn about Corvettes and to hear the kind of money that they're actually getting for this particular car. So, but on this particular car, it's acrylic lacquer, and this product, the same product that you've seen now and we've talked about, and you've seen Sam do the buffing, and your buddy does it, and obviously they're buffing urethanes, but Ceram-X works on acrylic lacquer, it works on nitrocellulose lacquer, it works on acrylic enamel, and it works on the super high-end urethanes like Emrons and everything else that we've used. So with one single product, we can replace that full cabinet. And I know that really struck a chord with you because I could sense the frustration that you have had in having all these choices and having all these problems with all these choices. So, and we guarantee it. Yeah. We guarantee to you, whether you're a body shop owner, past, present, future, we guarantee to you that you're not going to have any more problems. And you're here because you're still playing. You're not in the business. You do this as a hobby now, and you want to have fun. Well, you don't want to be pulling your hair out. You're a young man with a lot of hair. I don't have a lot of hair anymore, so I don't have the hair to pull out, nor do I have the patience to listen to somebody come through that door and tell me that they have the answer. Correct. We have the answer, and we guarantee this answer, and as far as I know, out of all the companies, including 3M, we're the only company on the market that guarantees. We put our money right where our mouth is, and we say, we guarantee to you, home hobbyist or body shop owner, that we can get the kind of results that you see in this video every time with one single product.
A very compelling promise, guarantee in my world. So with that said, you wanted to address a couple things. One of them is come and see us at SEMA.
Yes.
But before we get there, like, why did you choose, because this is what I would call an over dramatization, what we just showed on that hood. 600 grit. But you were trying to illustrate, correct me if I'm wrong, time really is money. Yep. Do you want to elaborate a little bit upon that?
In the body shop world, the restraints are set. We write a sheet on that line item. If we're a custom shop, we wrote some time into color sanding and rubbing. It's set. You can't easily go back to your customer and say, well, I really didn't know what I was doing, and I need to charge you twice as much money to buff your car. No, that doesn't happen. And for doing insurance work, the idea of getting paid to do color sanding and rubbing is next to impossible. You know that, Victor. The insurance companies don't want to pay for any of this anymore. So we, along with guaranteeing, we said we want to certify. So we want to certify anybody that uses Ceram-X, not necessarily on how to detail. That's not, the business that we're in. We're in the business of polishing paint. Then we have experts like Darren who come in and he teaches detailing at a very deep level. That's not what I did as a body shop owner. I just want to polish this car. I just want to get it out of here. I want to get it out so Mrs. Smith isn't telling me I don't know what I'm doing as far as buffing goes, because her car's got swirl marks on it. And that's what Ceram-X does. So what we are offering at SEMA this year is a certification system. We're going to do 5 guys at a time. It'll take about an hour and a half. We're going to talk about 30 minutes on theory. And then the rest of the time we'll be working on this black hood that we have over here that we've had repainted. So everybody's going to get a chance. Everybody that gets certified, we have a really nice diploma that we sign off and say you are certified now on polishing paint with CSI Ceram-X.
A single product polish.
Yes.
Because I've been watching social media, and there's guys out there now that are going to be there with other brands. And I know for a fact that those other brands have this vast array of compounds and polishes, and they're going to certify at SEMA, and some of them are going to take a day to do it.
Yeah. Crazy.
You know why?
It's
Because
insane.
they've got like 4 different compounds, 4 different polishes. It's like, oh my gosh, like someone shoot me right now.
If I went into a body shop, and you know I go into body shops almost every day, and I told Mr. Body Shop owner, hey, I need 1 whole day with your guy. I want to pull him off the line, and I want to work with him for 1 whole day to certify him. He's like, get out of my shop.
Get out of my shop
You're
now.
not coming in my shop. No.
No.
No, we go in and an hour to an hour and a half, train their guys on how to use our product in the sun or in the shade, we don't care, on why our single product system really, truly is the only single product system on the market today. Because we don't have that cabinet full of product.
No, it's one product. But how about the original? Like, as far as you know,
Yeah, we're the
20
original.
years ago,
Yeah.
did anyone have that?
Nobody.
So not only is it in existence today, but it was actually the original.
Yeah, we were the original. We were the original single product promoter. We never had a back door. We never said, oh, well, if that didn't work,
it doesn't work.
Yeah, do this. You know, we would have to say, if ours doesn't work, go buy somebody else's product. You know, that's not a good business plan, you know, to go buy somebody else's product.
Right, yeah.
So no, we say, we stand behind this. And now, in order to be certified,
I was going to say, because
here's the
normally
clincher.
my thing is like, okay, we ain't doing this for free.
No.
Because this product is unique.
Yeah.
And anything that's given for free is not valued.
That's right.
But you always have this, you've been doing it for like 20 years, where you hand out toys to the homeless here in the Anaheim.
Yep.
And in case you don't know, Anaheim in Southern California is where the iconic Disneyland is located.
Yeah.
That's where we're located.
So it's something that's been absolutely passionate to me is the ministry that we have called More of Jesus. Pretty simple. It's not more of anything else. It's more of Jesus. Moreofjesus.org. And in that ministry, but it's a really, really simple ministry. We're all in Bible college and said, you know what, we want to do something with this, you know, what we're learning. What can we do? And the idea was, let's go out on the street. Let's go right out to where, you know,
Where this
there's
real
a need.
tragedy's
really
happening.
big tragedy. And 20 years ago, the most unbelievable thing that I saw is 90, and I say this, churches, we speak about this. The thing that we saw is the homeless people, and they're doing all kinds of, you name it, it's being done. I mean, prostitution, drugs, everything is out there on the street. Every single thing. And I'm just talking about Anaheim. All of that. I have personally witnessed all of these and seen many deaths of these homeless people out there on the street. But the most amazing thing, the mind-blowing thing that I saw is 99%, and I leave that 1% because there was 2 people in the 20 years that we've been doing this that told me they weren't believers. 99% of the people that we saw on the street said that they were believers. So they've been through some kind of church program, and they are seriously, seriously struggling. Now, that gets us to what this ministry is doing at Christmas time. That is a tragedy. It's very, very hard to take when you see adult humans who are really struggling. But the heartbreaking side, and the group that I'm, you know, with, the More of Jesus, we will, when they see this video, they will remember this little boy. His name was Little Man. He was 4 years old, and his dad was a serious crack addict. And he would be with us out on the street till midnight at night, walking around. We had food. He was protected inside of our group, but no adult supervision. This toy drive is for those children. And we don't know who we're going to see because it always changes. We leave from the shop with a van full of toys, and we go out and we just walk into their area and surprise them on Christmas Eve with unbelievable amount of toys. Every year we get more and more toys. So the cost of this certification, and it is great, and I do want you to reach deep, because you're not coming to certification unless you do. Bring a toy. I don't care if it's a Hot Wheel, I don't care if it's a Matchbox, I don't care what it is, but I want you to bring a toy. And you can, go to Walmart and have them drop ship it here. You can go to Amazon and have them drop wherever you want, or you can give us a gift card when you see us.
Maybe clarify that because logistically, I kind of said logistically this could be a problem because people can come up with some big toys, little toys, whatever, and our booth is limited in size. So what the simple answer is, you can go on to Amazon and you can buy a toy, whatever you choose, and Haley, go ahead and put the address as an overlay of our shop, and I will supply that to you, Haley. And you can drop ship that toy to us in advance, and we will know, okay, we got this, and now you can show up to certification and get certified.
And we'll have chairs set up. We only want to do 5 people at a time, and it's going to be rapid fire. We'll be able to do a lot of people.
Audience.
Oh, everybody's going to be watching.
And observing.
I'm sure that you have a lot of questions about, to Darren, to myself. It's okay. It's all right. This is all I've done for 20 years is to go into body shops and ask them first, are you having a problem? Now, if you tell me you're not having a problem, I know you're not telling me the truth. I know you're not telling me the truth.
Everyone's got a problem.
Everybody. If you're a body shop owner, you got a lot of problems. You got a lot of issues going on. And one of the biggest issues is swirl marks. And I can tell you this day, and I was in a shop 2 days ago, serious shop, and they have a serious problem with swirl marks. And they do a lot of cars every single day. This problem got fixed with this product. So we want to certify you. We want to go through theory, where proper polishing came from, and how we evolved that into the auto body industry, and then how we advance it through distribution and through getting your hands on this product. This product works in the sun or the shade. The chemistry here, I don't believe that there's another product like it.
It's amazing. I was blown away. When you first introduced me to that over 15 years ago of indirect sunlight, I thought, what are you, nuts? But it's true. Yeah. In fact, I shot a video. It's on where I think it's called Car Polishing for Beginners, and we're working on Sean's car, and we're working in direct sunlight. I actually pull out the temp gun, 161 degrees, and we're polishing directly in the sunlight, and it cleans up so easily. It's like, wow, we might as well be in the shade. So I can attest to that. And really, I could actually, is there anything more significant that you want to add in this moment?
We'd love to see you. Bring your questions. It doesn't matter what your questions are.
Yeah, please bring, challenge. We want to be challenged.
And your toys, so you might say, well, I don't like how harshly Tom is talking about. Okay, all right, so what? But what about those little kids? What about those kids on Christmas Eve that aren't going to get anything? They're not expecting anything either. They don't know who Santa Claus is. They don't know anything about the marketing that we know because we watch TV on what Christmas is all about. Now, our message as ministers inside of More Jesus is going to be, we want to love on these kids. We want to seriously, seriously love on these kids. And it is so fulfilling for us that we do it. We take the time on Christmas Eve to go out on the street, and we totally, totally enjoy it. So know that even though you're sitting here and you're going to hear all about our marketing on CSI, that it does have a purpose. And that purpose will be your toys. We're not asking you for any cash to do this thing. And we're not asking you for a long, lengthy, hours of your day. It'll take just an hour and a half probably at SEMA in the midst of a crowd, and we will certify you. You'll get a really nice diploma that says you're certified to use CSI Ceram-X polish in your shop or at home to not get any swirl marks. And we'll have lights and
that certification comes with a guarantee.
And it's guaranteed.
Free finish.
Yep. Absolutely.
So really, I could actually reduce it because you say we're in the polish business. Maybe I could even reduce it and say what you're actually in is the problem-solving business, because that polish solves a lot of problems.
It does.
So with that said, just to clarify, if you don't want to bring a toy, because I know there's going to be guys that in the last minute are like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should show up and see if I can get certified. There might be room for you because we're going to take as much of this in advance and prepare as much in advance as possible. But maybe they'll be like, oh, I don't have time to run out to Walmart and get a toy. So you go on Amazon on your smartphone and you buy a toy and you get it shipped directly to us, and you just prove it in the moment, like, hey, see my receipt number here, and you can prove it to us, and then you're good to go.
And hopefully we'll be organized enough to have everybody scheduled, like be at our booth at this time, and those 5 people will be sat down and scheduled, and we'll go through, you know, everything it takes to be certified, and then we'll move the next 5 in, and the next 5, and the next 5. Because SEMA's crazy. I mean, if you've never been to SEMA, it's a circus.
And by all means, regardless, come to the booth regardless, because we're going to still be doing demos. We're just not going to be certifying you. But you like the demo we showed on TV today, or TV, listen to me, on camera today on my YouTube channel. We're going to be showing that like frequently, all day long. And I'll give you a chance to come up and pick my brain, Tom's brain. I don't know if you'll be there. Maybe you will be there, which would be cool. Anyhow, so with that said, any last closing words from either one of you?
It's worth the try. Give it a try. You're going to love it. I did, and I do.
Okay, cool. All right, with that said, guys, we will see you on the next video.